Well, it's a Monday on Barn Burner. Welcome to it. There's Rhett in Buffalo. I'm Pinder in Calgary, and there's Jack, beloved Steeler fan, over behind the desk, also here in Marteloup. Retro, good Monday to you. How are you?
It's not great, Ryan. It's not great.
Bill's got to win.
You, sir, owe me an apology. You get my hopes up. I'm all jacked up. I'm ready to go. I got bowls of popcorn I'm going to throw in the air and pints and beer, ready to strew about the floor.
Yeah.
No Ohtani.
Yeah, it's a shame he's retired and won't play baseball. It would have been a good J, but what a career for Ohtani.
Son of a...
Ah!
What the hell's going on up there?
Okay, so if anyone didn't get caught in Ohtani mania, Friday, there is, John Paul Morosi on MLB Network comes on and says Ohtani's on his way to Toronto. It sounds like the Blue Jays have a lot of momentum here. He's coming to visit. People figure out what private jet Ohtani's been renting over the past little while. There's a flight coming from LA that goes to Toronto. It lands, and it's some duster from Shark Tank, some zillionaire that gets off. It's not Ohtani. Reports are Ohtani's in LA, and sure enough, days later, he's signed with the Dodgers. Now, it gets better, Rhett, because you love, if anyone loves it, it's you, a great conspiracy.
I do love it.
So this wealthy duster on the private jet, guess which agency represents him? CAA, the same people that represent Ohtani. And so the speculation is that when the Dodgers weren't maybe at the $700 million level and the Blue Jays maybe were a little more competitive, that Ohtani's camp had this duster use that plane from that agency to fly to Toronto, and they leaked some not so valid news about Ohtani traveling to Toronto to try to drive the Dodgers' final bid up. Speculation, but again, we wish him well in retirement.
I knew it.
Ah. How about your Bills, though?
Bills were good. That was a big win.
We knew the Bills were good.
You
had them?
Just like
Jack
the playoffs.
had them?
We're focused on the next game. We're already looking forward to Dallas. We're gonna sack Dak.
That's gonna be tough. Yeah,
real tough. I'm hoping for shitty weather. Can we have some really, really bad effing weather?
They're starting to run the ball a little more. They're using Cook finally. The new offensive coordinator. What are we, 3 or 4 weeks in? There's been a lot of James Cook, who I think, like very early in that contest, had over 100 all-purpose yards and another touchdown, and I think is right up there amongst the yardage leaders in the league. Like, they're using him.
He's been quietly quite good, actually.
Yeah, and I know they went to, Latavius inside the 20s a bunch. They've done that less a little more, I think, which I don't mind. Latavius is big, but he's old.
He's getting up there. They got Leonard Fournette sitting in the weeds.
No way. They got Lenny?
Yeah.
That is unreal. Oh, man. Okay.
Apparently he's the shits.
Oh, yeah. He'd be brutal now. He was brutal when he left Jacksonville, they thought. And then he went to Tampa and played well. And that was years ago.
Man.
Running backs age like
it's boom. You're done.
Cream?
You're no good.
Yeah. Yeah. What else goes bad really quick? Like if I left it on the counter for a day, it's like, don't.
Apples. Peeled apples.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. That's a good one. Like a sliced open avocado. That's going to go brown in no time.
Yuck.
It's Calgary Flames game day retro. Could you please?
Helmets on then, folks.
Let's go. We're still a couple of days away from the Boomcats return from Prince Albert National Park, where he's going to have a lovely sunburn, I'm sure. But there's 2 game days between now and then. It is the beginning of a 3-4. This is no fun. It is the Avalanche, who are very good, and then the Vegas Golden Knights, who are also very good. Back-to-back nights, travel in the middle. I imagine we'll see both goaltenders. And you and Cammie did Afterburner Saturday afternoon/evening following the Devils game, which they look really good for portions of and then ended up just losing. And so here we are, kind of in the spot we don't want the Flames to be. The mucky middle, the mushy middle, murky, milky.
The shitty middle.
It's the shitty midi.
not where you need or want to be. And another thing that sucks, there's a lot of good on this Monday with the Bills winning and such,
Right.
but there's a lot of negatives too.
Okay. So Ohtani retiring, that's one.
Yeah, we don't ever want to see that young talent going retiring so early.
I know. We're going to miss him. What a talent he was.
We came up north of Calgary that has won, is it 7?
Oh, God.
We don't. So now we're looking.
I'm sticking to my guns. I've said the whole way through they were still going to make the playoffs.
I know, but
I
it
hate
still
being
doesn't.
right, but they were too talented to go too long. Now they're not going to win, 7 out of every 7, but they look like the best player, and his running mate, who's one of the best offensive players that's not the best player in the world, looks like that group's doing okay.
See, I don't like it. You might be right, and I'm not going to argue that you're wrong, but I still don't have to be happy about it.
No, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. What I would love to see is them not get into a home ice position and have to go to, an LA, a Vegas, a Colorado, a Dallas. That would be lovely.
Early exit. Now we got to hope for an early exit. That's
the hoping to miss the playoffs things. It feels like it's just gone. Like all it took was 2 weeks and they won every single game in it. And it's like, yep, okay, they're back. How good are they? We don't know, but they're playoff good.
Yeah, they're certainly playoff good.
So that is that. Now, how is your Christmas shopping going?
Well, it went really well at Vina Nova when I was last back there. So that was a positive.
We've got good news on that front, but I do want to know what you're at with your spoiled brats. Because my spoiled brats, they've been writing Santa notes, and they're like, I want this, I want that, I want this. I'm like, geez, like Santa's got a lot of kids he's got to get stuff to. How do you expect them to do all this just for you? And have you behaved that well?
I only have trouble with, there's one kid that wants some things that I'm not, they're living things, and I don't want them in my home. Yeah.
Like how
we've been down this path before,
haven't we? Yeah, ask Boom. Who's got your dog now? They're not. They didn't take that dog to the beaches of Saskatchewan.
Who's watching my dog?
That's a good question for Boomer on Wednesday. The hell's got these dogs? He just got a new dog. Just abandoned
Can't leave a new
right
dog,
like
a puppy.
Come on.
You get those people to live at your house while you're gone.
So, what kind of pet does one of your kids want?
A sugar glider, a flying rat, basically.
Oh, okay. Sugar glider's a really nice name for a flying rat. That's about as sexed up as it could get. Hey, that sounds like an adorable, talented little pet.
Yeah, they've done a good job of selling that.
Great marketing. Whoever's working for Big Sugar, whatever, doing a good job.
Okay, what are we gonna call it? A sugar glider.
Sugar flyer? No. Rat fly. Flying rats. No, that sounds terrifying. Yeah, we need something better. Yeah, what about something sweet? Yeah, like sugar rat. That's better, but not quite there. Kind of like sugar glider. Oh, that's it. Yes. Yeah. We're in. We need to. Yeah, need to. So how much space does a sugar glider need?
They're just little bastards. They're
how little?
Like
your fist? Yeah.
And
so you'd have a terrarium, or they just play around the house. Shit.
I'm not going to have anything because it ain't effing happening.
Yeah. So. Okay. So you won't even let the train get out of the station. Okay. I got you. Not even thinking about
the shoveler's in an uproar about it. That's the problem.
What's her position?
She's not good at no, that ain't happening scenario. There you go.
Look at that. Oh, he's a sexy little devil. I take it back. You're not a rat at all. That is a rat. That's the zebra of the rat family. That's a good looking rat. Hey, he's got his tuxedo on. He's looking sharp, bow tie.
Yeah.
What a stud. That guy could date my daughter if I had one. I like that guy. He's good. That a boy sugar glider. A lot of hypotheticals there.
Maybe I should go with him.
And look at him. Look at this guy. You kidding me? You don't want one of those? And you can see he looks like he's got the Dumb and Dumber ruffled tuxedo. That's the flaps that he glides with, Rhett.
Well, that's great. Can't wait. Jumping off.
So he can go from your closet right onto your face while you're sleeping. Here's the thing, guys. Our kids, we know what they want. They write the lists for Santa. Our wives, our significant others, our fiancés, our gals, we also know what they like. But we try to confuse ourselves. And we're like, no, what do I need to get? It's diamonds. So our pal Justin at Vina Nova has got something set up that you're going to absolutely love. He's got 2 things going on. The first one is called the Barn Burner 3 Stars. It is 3 different pieces of jewelry that he'll be rotating through between now and Christmas. These are especially well-priced diamonds. Like this is deal, star 1, 2, and 3. Jack, can you read those out for me? This looks really good. Yeah, let's one by one because there's a description that just popped up there.
One of these are sold out, it says.
Yeah, so what he's going to do is rotate stuff through. So as they sell, new ones will come in. So, okay, the first one on the left, those looks like diamond earrings. Am I right?
Yeah, diamond hoop earrings.
14 karat white gold.
Yep.
And
0.17 CT. What is that, Ryan?
That is the size of the diamonds, I believe. Yes. The middle one is sold out. That was a ring. That is well done, fellas. You snapped that one up already. And then on the far right, that looks like a diamond pendant necklace of sorts. Is pendant just one diamond or is it a bunch? These are the questions we have for Justin. He's got all the answers. I don't know. Go see him. But this is only for our listeners and our viewers, Rhett. It is vinanova.com/barnburner. And away you go. You get a deal. Your jerk neighbor, the guy in the next cubicle at work, whoever it is, they walk in, not available to them. This is only for Barn Burner folks. Go to the website or walk into Stephen Avenue Place on the 2nd floor and Vina Nova. That is your secret code to Barn Burner. Let them know. Now, the other thing is, okay, maybe those 3 rings are lovely, but there's something else we're working on. Whether that's a ring for a proposal, whether that's just something that's, you know what, very picky, certain particular thing we want. Promo code BARNBURNER, 15% off between now and Christmas. 15. That is legit. In store, mention you watch the show, or online. When you're checking out for your online order, just throw it in the old promo code. So there it is. The 3 stars and the Barn Burner promo code for 15% off. Justin's got you sorted at Vina Nova. Rhett.
Justin does have you sorted. We keep saying it. Don't be an idiot. Go get it done.
So I believe we've sort of had a little budget for our things, at least a sort of starting point where Justin's like, hey, why don't you come in, look at something in this price range with your wives, and we'll build it into the Christmas promotion. We've now spun that into a much bigger number. Funny how that works. Eh?
Wait a minute.
It's like, well, if you're saving this much, why don't you add this much?
Wait a minute. This is great. So
we're double now. Great. Let's check in with some of our buddies. We've told everyone since the beginning of last week, if you got pictures of the Origin beer, we're definitely going to put you on the show because we love you buying the beer. We love you supporting Origin. We had the Sutters in on Thursday. Rhett, what do you got for me?
I got a guy down here that contacted me. He wants to, what is the businesses that bring things in? Import?
He wants to be a distributor.
He wants to bring the beer down and sell it.
Now, is this the same import-export guy who the CIA surrounded his house?
No, this guy's a big deal, apparently. Owns some trucking companies and a bunch of businesses. So I don't know. Yeah.
So above board. That's a good start. Let's start with a video. This is one of our buddies on Twitter who said he's worked in Fort Mac, loves the show. His wife's from Newfoundland, so he's gone back to the Rock to retire. What a legend.
And of course, one of your favorite sponsors, Crown Royal. Recognize that picture? 1989 Stanley Cup champions. As we move along here, another one, Stanley Cup champions, 1989. Gotta love it. And I've got to show you another picture of mine.
What's on TV?
Up here. I have no idea who these guys are. Anyways, it's for sale. If anybody wants to purchase it. Back over here, in the middle, yeah, I used to play hockey. Back with the Suncor Blades many, many years ago. Anyways, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you, Origin, for the beer. And have a little Crown Royal also. Cheers. Merry Christmas.
What a legend. There
Love
it is. Eh?
Oh, look at the boys.
And there's, I believe that's Jess from Origin with 3 of the Sutters, 3 of the 6 hockey players, and the 7 brothers all together. They, of course, there's still a promo code going at Origin. It is Sutter 6 for your, that goes till December 15th at midnight. This is our boy Mark. He came in from Boston. Remember, he was trying to get some beer? Man, he got him on Twitter. And we got him a Barn Burner shirt to rep in Boston, too. So Mark is all jacked up. Let's keep her going, Jack. Oh, this is good. Okay, let's see this. I don't know if this is a video or not. I'm being fooled. You're
fooled. It's a picture.
It's just a picture. But look at That's what you get dad for Christmas right there. Daddy likes beer. Watching the hockey game. God, it just makes your heart grow 2 sizes, Rhett. Isn't that beautiful?
It is gorgeous. Yes.
This is Sean. He's looking sharp. He's got his, I believe that's Kelly Rudy's charity, More Good Days, the hoodie.
Yeah.
And then he's got the barn burners with him as well. Christmas tree's looking good, Sean. Love it. Good stuff. And then look at this. This is Mandy hooking us up with all the photos from BK Beaufort Liquor. There's some. His kid's on my hockey team. He grew up in Saskatchewan, Red, on the far left. He's a legend. Go. And then in the middle, we got a buddy that's got a Northwest Flames hoodie on. So I don't know if he's a coach or if he's just a player. Maybe he's just the same size as he was when he was in high school. Who knows? I doubt that. And then the far right, another photo. Our boys are loving it at BK. It's pretty cool, huh?
Drink the beer. It's delicious.
That's good stuff. So again, our commitment to you. Video, picture. You want to wish anyone a Merry Christmas with the Barn Burner beer? Do it. We'll put you on the damn show. And a reminder, the promo code on the Origin website, originbrewing.ca. Click on shop. You get 10% off if you enter in Sutter6. Sutter and the number 6. It's not Suter. It's Sutter. Sutter6. You know who they are. Also, how about this for great news? So Mark works at Origin, Rhett. And we showed Mark, the guy that's 2 Marks. Oh my God. The Mark from Boston's like, I'm coming into Calgary. I've never been to Calgary. I'm coming to the Flames game. I love the Flames. I love the show. I got to get some Barn Burner. Where is it on tap downtown? And I said, well, it's really new. We don't have it on tap anywhere. Would you believe I'm a liar, Rhett?
I wouldn't, because that's not you.
That's right. But as of today, we do have the beer, the Barn Burner Blonde, on tap downtown. Can you believe this? I'm serious. You can go get our beer out of a keg in downtown Calgary. Okay? So I've got the note right here. This is from Mark at Origin, not Mark from Boston. Hey, guys, want to give a huge shout out to the Garage Billiards in Eau Claire, who started pouring the Origin Barn Burner Blonde this weekend. Charlie, Nadia, Mark, and the crew have been huge supporters of Origin with our Pioneer IPA and now have brought in the Barn Burner Blonde as well. Eau Claire Market, downtown, Garage Billiards. Let's go.
Old Chuck Mendelman over at the garage. Attaboy, Charlie. Miss you, buddy. Good on you.
That was, that sounds like a haunt you've been very familiar with.
We have.
Yes,
I know the owner quite well.
So probably not a coincidence that the blonde is flowing there.
Chuck used to text into the old show the odd time to get the shit to keep us on our toes. Yeah.
And he was just getting to bed at 7 a.m.
No, Chucky's a veteran, man. Chucky's got to be put 80 now. Like, I don't know.
So
I hate
Chuck's
to
getting
say
his beauty
that.
rest. All right.
Yes, he's good.
And there's Deeper in the comments right now saying so many great folks coming by the shop. Love the Barn Burner family. You guys are the best. Yeah. So if you need the beer, BK Beaufort Liquor is the place to get it. If you're buying the tall boys, if you want it out of the keg on tap, Garage Billiards in Eau Claire. And we'll continue to make a big deal about wherever it's showing up. I think we've now are closing in on this thing, getting into the old Liquor Connect central system warehouse thing where anyone can order it to any liquor store. So it's going to be big news when we can tell you about other big places it's popping into in Calgary and area.
Can't wait.
Love it, love it, love it. And there's Pike, says he needs to fill his beer fridge. Pike, you and I are doing Afterburner tomorrow night, I believe. Tuesday. Don't forget. Got a little present for you, okay? It's not homework. Pike, we got you, pal. Yeah, Deeper, don't worry. I got him too. I got him for Christmas Eve. You get him for Christmas Day, all right? We'll take care of him. Okay, so we told you about Villanova. We told you about all our pals buying all the Origin. I love it. I loved when the first video we came up. I wish we had the guy's name. He had some weird Twitter egg alias. Did I miss his name at the beginning, Jack? With the guy that sent the video? I don't know. He worked in Fort Mac, retires out in Newfoundland because his wife's from there. He's on the rock, loving the Flames. And he says, yeah, these are some Flames. I don't know who these guys are. Do you remember the 4 Flames that were on that thing on the wall?
Well, do I remember? I know who it was.
Well, of course you do. It's just funny. He played it nicely. That was supposed to be the core they were going to win a cup with right around.
Wow. Yeah.
So list them off. Who do you got?
And I think if Bennett plays well, they do
So
have
Bennett's
a chance, right?
I agree. If
Bennett,
Bennett's the number
Monahan,
one center, you
Kachuk,
draft the
Gaudreau.
4. Monahan,
Bennett,
Kachuk,
Monahan,
Gaudreau.
Kachuk, Gaudreau.
Florida, Montreal, Columbus. What are we doing here?
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah. Maybe the new core though is like 76 or 6. Yeah, 70,
Sorry, Pospisil,
67, 47,
Coronado.
17.
Quit living in the
27.
past.
Yeah.
That's what I should do. Like at least I
gotta
had a
move forward.
past. I don't want to live in it anymore. Let's go. Move forward.
Let's move. Okay. Let's go. Here's what I want to do. Big day in Flames history today. We do it for McLeod Law. We love our pals over at McLeod. We're talking about Shane King. We're talking about Peter Klein. Whether it's an employment law issue that you've got, that's Shane, or whether it's disability insurance, personal injury, Peter Klein's got all that stuff. McLeod Law LLP on the social medias. You can find them. And for them, we go down memory lane. Rhett, you again responsible for all of this. 20 years ago today, the first shutout in the NHL for Mika Kiprusoff.
Look at that. Look
So
at the
that would be
stick.
December 11,
Look at the yellow.
2003.
Look at the yellow Easton there. Oh boy.
Is that you?
No, that's not me. That's a left-hander, but
Oh, okay.
those are some old sticks.
It is a lefty too. Do you know who that is with the yellow there? That's Easton Stick. That is the Chargers quarterback now because Herbert's hurt. Did you catch that? That's their backup's name. Easton Stick. Actually, real human.
I did not know that. That's great.
He might be better than Zach Wilson, but that's not saying much. Old Easton Stick. There it is. Remind us again, regale us. If not for you, Rhett, this would never have happened.
We had Big Large, Roman Turk, and Ned. He wasn't performing as good as I was hoping. So I let Big Greersy drive by. I tripped him in there, busted up old Roman Turk's knee, and we had to go get a goalie. In comes Kipper, saves the franchise.
God bless you, Rhett.
I did it
Thank
here
you.
too. I brought in Ryan Miller for the Sabres. So I mean, it's what I do.
Well, and so that'll be in 2 years. You'll be at both of their jersey retirements because you were at Ryan's, I believe, last spring.
No, it's last season.
Yeah, last spring. Wasn't that when Ryan's went up? Winter.
I think it was last fall. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
okay. It was
either way,
a year
doesn't matter.
ago, ish, last season. And then Mika is March 2. Have you
Looking
guys
for
got that all sorted out? That's going to be an absolute.
There's nothing to sort out. It's just show your mug and grab a blonde.
Go a few ways there. Yeah, that's. I guess it's just where and when. Those are the only things you got to figure out, right?
And I'll be there.
I'm in. I love it. Right?
Uninvited. I'm coming.
I love it. I love it. Also for McLeod Law, they are the presenting sponsors of the Top Shelf Elf. We're going to march you through and see where we're at. We don't have a lot of time to get this done, Rhett, because we need to get the money into the hands of Closer to Home, the incredible charity that allows families to be adopted so they can do Christmas. They otherwise wouldn't be able to. They don't have the financial wherewithal. Rather than just say, hey, here's some stuff. It's like, well, no, here's a gift card to this place. Here's a gift card to that place. Go get some food here. Do Christmas the way you want. Get the gifts that your kids would want. So let's go in one by one. We're going to start with the Calgary Flames experience. What do we got here? Yeah, this is the problem, Jack. This is so small. I've got to have to full screen this, Shiza, which is all right. I can do that. Okay. This is unreal. This is the one that the Boomcat set up with Conroy because he doesn't text you back, or you told Boom. How did this go?
Say that again.
This is your boy, Craig Conroy, sitting down with you at morning skate.
Oh.
And then that night, game day, 4 premium tickets. This is already close to $1,500, Rhett, and it feels low. You get to sit down with an NHL GM at morning skate. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's true. You don't get to do that very often.
I mean, you
And,
probably
a,
could
and a
develop-
GM that will actually interact with you. It won't be oh, thanks, guys. Nice to meet you. Here's a coffee. Adios. I'm busy. He will
Craig,
actually
I'm good.
answer questions and talk your ear off. So,
Craig, I'm trying to watch here. I've never seen Craig. Whoa. No, but if I could just get a second, I mean, Vladar, well, he's good. He's really good. Thank you to the Flames. Thanks to Connie. How cool is that? And can you see the bid there? Yeah, $14.25. How about that? Wow. closed in on $1,500. McLeod Law's got 2 unreal hockey game experiences, a couple of the best seats in the house for Flames and Sharks. That is in February. 4 seats at center ice for the Hitmen in the lower bowl, and a very nice wine basket. A wine basket nice enough that McLeod Law would have it, which is quite nice. That needs to get up in price. I think the wine basket alone is around the same price point as what this is going for right now. Hey, Jack, you want to say something or no? Yeah, jump in there, man.
I was going to say Frank's here.
Frank's here. Okay, this is great. So we'll jump out. We'll get back into this in a moment. That's the McLeod Law package. Frank, come on in. It is Monday. We didn't forget about you at all. We didn't at all. Isn't that sad that Shohei Ohtani retired? He was going to be a real good player, but well,
dude, no one can ever beat
talents he
hockey insiders again. That's all I got to say. It's an incredibly hard job. I mean, accuracy over speed is key.
Yeah.
I think that we lost sight of that, but I got to tell you, and I don't know how you were feeling, Rhett, but it was delicious watching all these Canadians they were all over it. Shohei Ohtani press conference at 6 at Rogers Center. Come on, get out of here. He was never coming to Toronto. Stop it.
Okay, but Frank, whether he was or wasn't, he visited their spring training facility and showed some interest. And it's like, that's the biggest market in baseball. That's what people don't realize. More people watch Blue Jays games on TV than any other team by like more than double. It's a huge market.
That's cool.
And Americans are now
all good.
It's better
all good
for
with
us that he's in LA. Is it? You want an 8 p.m. first pitch?
That's not the take that I'm having.
I know it's you. But
my only take is, how did we get from Shohei Ohtani's on a plane because someone found some random jet that was in the air going from California to Toronto? Like, that never happens. And all of a sudden being like, press conference at 6 p.m.
Well, I don't know how we got that far, but it didn't help when someone on MLB Network, who's an insider, said Shohei's on his way to Toronto.
That's why I said no one can beat hockey insiders ever again.
Like, it's just
you can't chirp us. We're like that is like the error of all errors.
Yes,
he's on a plane on his way to Toronto, and then it's just like, I saw someone tweeted later that it was the guy from The Apprentice, Robert Herjavec or whatever. It was his plane.
It's the Shark Tank. Dude,
that's embarrassing.
That's horrible. Now here's the conspiracy theory. You ready, Frank? Guess which agency represents Shark Tank Apprentice dude?
CAA.
Yes.
And
guess when the Dodgers upped their offer to Shohei to get allegedly to the 700 that it didn't start at, right after the alleged rumors of him flying to Toronto with that same agency on a jet that Shohei was familiar with.
Hey, whatever it takes. All I'm saying is that's a bad look.
It's a huge miss. And I like John Paul Morosi, I think, has been really, really solid for a long time.
He's like, maybe he's, I actually know him pretty well. He's like maybe the nicest dude on the planet.
Totally. Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Like, at that point, you're out of the insider game. You got to stop.
Yeah. And so the Americans let us down, Frank. No Canadian insiders.
I don't know how you could ever, anyone could take your stuff seriously again after that.
So have you ever felt, switching gears a little, like someone is feeding you something not correct to try to change a narrative or to move a market of sorts?
All the time. And whenever my spidey senses start tingling and I can't get a second person to confirm what I'm hearing, I just put my phone down.
Yeah.
I'd rather be late than wrong.
Yeah, so I never break news. I had heard that Daryl was gone, and I was at a wedding in Mexico, but it was one person only.
And you didn't call me, which I was still mad about.
What's that?
You didn't call me, by the way.
I was at a buffet. It was breakfast.
That's where I live, at the buffet. Get out of here.
But I couldn't get a second person to confirm it. And, sure enough, I sent a little sonar to our group and said, I hear this is happening today. By noon or whatever, whenever it happened. But that's crucial because sometimes you'll get stuff that's just not right. Like, to your point, can you give us an example?
Honestly, all the time. I can't name names, right. But I had someone last year that was repeatedly telling me things, and like, not just like a random person, like a person of legitimate power that was telling me things left, right, and center that were just like, not, it was all bogus.
this player's doing this team wants to do that sort of stuff.
Yes, this is happening. So and so is getting hired here. And I was like, oh my god! Like once they went 0 for 5, I was like, I'm not even answering this person anymore.
See ya.
Like I'd check on something and they'd be like, that is completely not true. Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes people get worked up because I have to. You never know where stuff comes from. Like it was that there was actually a recent example of this a few weeks ago where I forget where did Kami say someone was going? He said, pack your shit. You're going to somewhere. Was it Zadorov going to Philly?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever it was some rant. And like, I love Kami. So not like, he's not a report. Like he's just doing it to get his rocks off when he puts that stuff out there. And I get it, but I still have to ask the question. I still have to buzz people and say, hey, I know this sounds funny, but is this accurate? And like, they're like, come on, man, really? Like, why would you even bother me with that? But like, you just never know. Like you have to check.
Remember when poor Aaron Ward, the Iginla one?
Man, that was tough.
That was a tough one.
Because the part of the story people forget is like he got just like punished by the 3-letter network. It was put on like some sort of suspension of sorts. And he wasn't wrong so much as Jerome just went back on the deal because he had a no move. So Aaron Ward wasn't wrong.
Dude, stuff happens all the time. You'd be shocked at some of the stuff that plays out. Like I'll give you another recent example. A few weeks ago, I had a tweet out there about Kevin LeBanc being put on waivers by the Sharks.
Yep.
And people all the time, like, I get stuff in my mentions, like, you're a clown, you're an idiot, can't believe you'd get like, so here's the real backstory. I put it out there that Kevin LeBanc is going on waivers.
Yeah.
The Sharks actually called Kevin LeBanc's agent that morning and said, Kevin LeBanc is going on waivers.
Okay. And
so I put that out there. And then the Sharks called back after I put that out there and said, oh, sorry, we called the wrong guy. We're not putting him on waivers. Sorry about that.
Huh?
I'm telling you, like wacky stuff happens left and right. It's sometimes you're just, I say this all the time. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield.
Yeah.
That day I was the bug.
Yeah.
And I was just squashed because of no fault of my own.
Right. And it was something that was going to happen. And then plans changed and you look like a donkey when you didn't do anything wrong. And that's what happened to Aaron Ward.
That's how it works. And I guess sometimes if you're being used, you got to be extra careful. But if playing out this Ohtani situation, if I'm in that spot, man, I'd rather just say nothing than even remotely. Like you can't walk that back.
Yeah. That's $1 billion.
Does your gut tell you there was no way that he was going there ever?
I mean, I'm not in baseball, so I don't. Yeah, but the whole time I was like, there's zero chance Shohei's going to Toronto.
Zero seems harsh, Frank. Come on now. Let us dream a little. Hey, Canada can't have nice things.
No, Canada can. It's just that, like, I don't know. There was a whole bunch of mouth breathing going on social media that day.
There was. If he didn't fly to Dunedin, I think it all would have been like, come on now, get real. But he didn't visit anyone else's spring sites that I know of.
Well, he did. He spent a bunch of time with the Dodgers.
Well, of course, we knew that the Dodgers are the favorite. But I mean, in terms of any other non-Dodgers, like, why wouldn't? Did you feel like the Jays were a legitimate second option, or was there only one option ever?
I mean, there's only one place you don't really have to ever move from to keep playing in the same market with the highest spending team and in an iconic stadium and great weather. I mean, all those things kind of really add up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the stadium's old. There's horrible traffic. It's a shitty part of town, but yeah.
I mean, when you can fly in and out now via chopper, I think you're doing okay.
That's true. That is fair. I think for $700 million, you could probably fuel the chopper, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if he has to go during rush hour either. If that's
he goes whenever he wants. Knowing him, he probably sleeps there. The guy's a nut, right?
I gotta say, guys, I'm still recovering from the weekend. I don't know how Boom's doing out there in Hawaii, but
Saskatchewan.
I can't look at tequila for a while.
What happened?
Oof.
I
got into some trouble on Saturday night. It was I was in the fetal position until kickoff last night for Eagles Cowboys.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you're in the fetal position after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that was, yeah.
Game didn't
Thank
help,
you,
did it?
Dak.
Yeah. Now, so only lost by 20 though, at least, hey Frank. What was this? Some sort of a 10U hockey moms get together? What are you doing?
No,
here?
actually, we had off this weekend. It was All-Star weekend. I know they do an All-Star
Come on
for 9U.
Oh, that is
And
so
it was
dumb.
good. My kid doesn't participate in the All-Star weekend, so
He didn't get John Scotted in. They didn't vote him.
we had the weekend off, and it was when you went out. So did a little day drinking to start, and then went out for some Mexican food with 2 other couples, and decided at some point after the few pitchers of margaritas that it would be good to try some añejo tequila flights.
Yes.
And then one thing led to another, and then it was another stop on the way home for some fancy martinis. So we had some espresso and key lime pie martinis, which were really good. But then it was the 3rd stop at the dive bar, followed by paying the bartender extra to keep serving us after last call.
Right.
That's really where I.
Good start.
Yeah. My wife and I were like seriously hurting yesterday.
'Tis the season, Frank.
Oh
Tis
my
the
God.
season.
Spirits.
I'm still like, I just said to her before I came down to do the show, I was like, I'm still vaguely pukey today.
Oof. 2-day hangover. That's real.
Ooh.
Even for a young man like yourself, Frank, those are real.
I can't hang. I just can't hang like I used to.
We'll see you in Jasper.
Do you have a recovery dish?
Yes.
McDonald's double cheeseburger.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I know everyone in the chat is like, I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. Vitamin G, we call that one. Get a little grease in you the night after. That'll help bring you back to sea level.
Oh man, it's so embarrassing.
What's hot button in the NHL? I know last week you were sort of saying like time's a ticking in Phoenix. They announced they're trying to buy land, but I still agree with you. Like this is lovely, but you better get something done real quick. The NHL's not going to wait 4 or 5 years to figure out the site, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's not so much hot button this week. I think they're trying to put in the work to find. I truly believe that they're putting forth an honest effort to get there. I just don't know that it's going to get over the finish line.
Right.
I think everyone's eyes this week are on the Department of Player Safety and their busy weekend after a nasty weekend in the NHL. Old school nastiness, retribution, some vigilante justice, if you will, for Eric Goodbranson. And I think I'd be curious, Rhett, to get your take. Did you see the Ryan Strome knee on knee with Kyle Connor? It was a 5-minute major and it was upheld. I don't think a suspension's coming today. If you can find it, I have such a hard time with these knee on knee hits because yes, does he make clear contact with the knee? He does, but it doesn't look to me like he's going out of his way or that he changes his angle or that he even sticks the knee out. The direction that he goes in to make the hit, he keeps his leg in a stationary position. And yet it just seems to me to like maybe just an unfortunate play or circumstance.
So Jack, you let me know when you've got it because there's 3 plays on the weekend. Like Perron, I believe is faced the music or he's getting a hearing.
In-person hearing.
Yeah, which means, they can go more than 5 if need be, if I'm correct. Goodbranson gets leveled by Nick Cousins on what some thought was a boarding, but nothing more, and others thought was a dirty hit from behind, and I can kind of see both sides of that. Cousins doesn't want to fight twice and falls onto the ice and is being called a turtle, and Goodbranson wailed away on his spine.
This is the knee on knee. Here you go, Rhett.
And then this is the one. Yeah. Not horrible, but not great.
But like, look at his leg. It doesn't move.
He kind of moves his weight to his right leg there, though. That's more my, I don't think it's super egregious, Frank, but watch his body lean. Goes to the
but
right.
He's got to lean that way, Ryan.
To
if he
make
leans,
the hit.
Catch a piece of him, yes.
He's
So the choice is either I catch a piece of him or I don't. And you're right. He's coming to a scoring area. He's trying to catch a piece. That's a tough one.
That's what I'm saying. So everyone's crying in Winnipeg today saying, hey, this is our best player maybe in Kyle Connor. He's having an MRI today in San Jose. What if his season's over as a result of this? I would say 5-minute major, which is what he got, and they upheld it, fair. But suspension, I'm not there yet. Are you guys?
They'll give him one. And here's the problem I have is that they've established that if you're injure someone with a hit, you're probably going to get suspended. And now if they throw 20 games at him, whoa, what are we talking about? But if it's 1 or 3, whatever. It's almost one of those where you just have to live with it. I don't like it. I don't think he's deliberately targeting the knee. And the problem with the game today is the game's great, but one of the issues you have is guys are highly talented and they're always cutting to the middle. Always cutting to the middle, always cutting to get to the middle of the ice for better scoring opportunities, which makes for great hockey, except in the old days, you were like, do not cut to the middle. You're going to get crushed. Don't cut to the middle. Don't cut to the middle. There's now guys cut to the middle without even thinking about it, and shit like this is going to happen. Like, it's
so real quick, I'm losing my train of thought here, but okay. Rick Bowness post game multiple times. Frank says, "Hope there's a suspension, suspendable action." You can see what he's pushing for, and it's not like divisional rival. Like,
I mean, what's it gonna do for you aside from make you feel good?
So does he truly believe that? Is he thinking that is an agree, or is that just part of when you're on a team, you're looking through that, Jets blue lens all day?
I think it's probably both. I think that he's, for one, defending his player publicly, and 2, probably really thinks that it is worth a suspension. Teams and managers and coaches, they have a hard time stepping back and seeing it from any angle other than, the one that they view it through. The other part about this weekend that I kind of really struggle with, and we can go through the Perron cross check to the head of Zub. Have you? I'm assuming, Rhett, you've seen those.
And why don't we pull them up? The Goodbranson Cousins exchange is the other one. Like, you're right, it was busy for Department of Player Safety.
Well, they have 2 hearings today alone, and as you mentioned, could add another one potentially with the Strome one. I think where I'm struggling with is, okay, so David Perron 100% deserves a suspension. Like, there is zero doubt in my mind when you cross-check an unsuspecting player right in the face, you could easily fracture his jaw. He did nothing wrong. Zub, by the way, was calling for the trainer to come out and help Dylan Larkin. But I also kind of understand a little bit of it from Perron's perspective. He sees his captain flat on the ice, on his face, clearly unconscious and in a bad way. You don't know exactly what happened because you're trying to play the puck, and you turn around and just go after the first guy you come across. Again, not excusing it. My only point here is Perron was offered an in-person hearing, which means that the NHL has the ability to suspend for 5 or more games. He's played 1,081 games in his NHL career and has never been suspended. Never. So compare that now to what Eric Goodbranson did, which, again, questionable hit, Nick Cousins. This is the cross-check to the face. Okay.
Bang.
Zub was just an innocent bystander here and did nothing wrong.
Look at Larkin. It's like chalk outline on the ground.
I thought he was dead, honestly. Yeah. So I understand why Perron reacts that way. I get it.
You can react without using your stick on someone's head, though, right? You can come in and throw a punch.
No, I agree. Like, he should be suspended. Like, there's no doubt that should be the case. But then now let's flip to Jack. Let's get to the Columbus clips with Goodbranson, if you have them, and Cousins. Cousins makes a hit that I don't love, but again, not suspendable, not even a 5-minute major.
They called it a major in the game, Frank, and looked back at it and turned it into a 2-minute boarding. Like, the refs,
which I agree with, because he was about a half stride from turning him and getting him completely from the side, and he just didn't take that extra half stride. So, okay, so we don't like the hit. We all agree that this is a penalty, but not a suspension. Goodbranson playing the role of the Undertaker, laying on the ice, gets up and goes after Cousins. Fine. Okay, cool. Then later in the game, it clearly is looking for Cousins, gets him, slams him to the ice, and then starts wailing away. So this is where he slams him to the ice and then just starts punching him repeatedly in the back of the head.
Bang.
In that position, and they don't end up looking like that.
Totally. Yeah. And people in the comments are saying they should have called a major. They did call a major. They literally called a major on the play. So the refs, if you're saying if they called a major, this would all be good. No, they did. But guess what? The major's reviewable. Right? Like, walk us through that, Frank. That's a new wrinkle that's been added in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think it's cut and dry. Like
after the
officials
Pavelski thing, right?
Once you have made the call of a major, you can go back and review it and rescind it so that they're not left handing out a major for something that shouldn't be, because it is most times a game-changing power play when you have 5 minutes to work with it and potentially to be able to score a couple times. Like, you're in a tough spot. So they want to make sure they get it right. And if you really slow that clip down, he's very close to getting him directly on the right shoulder and it being a more or less textbook hit. The onus is on the player making the hit, of course, but we're talking a quarter of a stride further and he's right there.
Yeah, it's a contact sport. These guys are going 30 miles an hour at that point. Like, I know how ugly it looks, and I understand why people are saying throw the book at him. It's dirty, but you like Rhett playing at full speed. Like, you're literally
it's so
a
hard.
nanosecond from a shoulder to shoulder hit. Like, you can't put that on the guy.
And it's the same with some of the knee contact that you think you've got a guy coming across the middle. You've got him lined up. He happens to pick his head up at maybe the right time to avoid a massive collision, but the same, he reacts and kind of ducks out of the way, and now it's a knee on knee. It happens all the time. If you want to get rid of contact and make it a non-contact sport, that's fine. But you're right. Like, that's the only way to eliminate all this stuff. Shit is going to happen. It's contact and it's fast.
Okay, so there's our controversial.
And you can't suspend your way out of it, right? Like, Cousins is not going to never hit a guy behind the net if he gets 10-game suspension there, right?
It's almost more that Gabranson jumping him is going to stop it more than that, right? You didn't want to face the music.
No. Anyway, there's you can't go right or wrong on this because it's milliseconds and it just happens.
Any trade spots that are hot, Frank?
No, I think we're looking at an Ethan Bear signing. Yep. If not today, then in the next couple days. As far as the trade front, the Islanders slightly beef up their blue line, getting Bortuzzo over the weekend. Good on St. Louis. He's one of only 16 players in franchise history to play 10 full seasons with the team. So they find him a landing spot. In a perfect world, I think St. Louis would like to try and shake up their defense core a little bit more. We know that from the summer. But their top 4 guys, all with no trades. That's kind of a tough spot to be in. I don't know that the Islanders are done. I think they're a team that would like to try and continue to improve. And not from a trade perspective, but just a pure surprise perspective. The Flyers have been who saw them being 7 points clear of the Pittsburgh Penguins and ahead of the Carolina Hurricanes at this stage of the season?
Is it real? Like, we saw Carolina. I think they had a players-only meeting after they went over in Western Canada. That is rough. But, I mean, do you see Philly lasting? It's a nice story, but is it sustainable?
It's a nice story. I just think the Devils and Canes are going to get their act together at some point, and the Flyers are going to fall victim to that. But I'll say this, like, to think that the Flyers would have been in this spot, like, I think once you get 6 weeks into the season, like, you know what teams are and aren't. And they're not going to surprise anyone with their work ethic on a nightly basis. Like, they come and compete. Yeah. That's the staple of their team. But they're also vastly improved from last year in just having Sean Couturier and Cam Atkinson. Like, those are 2 really big pieces. Yeah. And I'd give them about a 40% shot to make the playoffs.
Okay.
So I don't even think it's likely at this point. But I think they're going to be in the mix, in the final 10 days of the season where they're scrapping to try and get one.
What do they have in terms of similarities to the Flames, which is like UFAs? Because that's a tough spot to be in if you're Danny Briere and who the rest of that decision-making crew. Like Sean Walker's having a monster start to the year. He's cooled off a little, come back to the normal Sean Walker we're used to, but that's a guy you either re-sign or you trade. That's going to impact your ability to make the playoffs.
I think every decision, I don't even think the two situations are comparable.
I just mean UFAs they got to decide on. You don't want to be murky.
No,
middle,
I
right?
just meant in terms of overall thought process on how you view the team and moving forward. Like they acknowledged full blown last summer that this is a rebuild and they've begun to tear pieces up, and then they go out and they compete and they're in a playoff spot for some unknown reason. Things like their own team probably can't even explain in their front office. And now they're left with the position of, do you sign these guys or trade them? Like, I think you trade them every single time.
Yeah.
How's the goaltending?
It's been good. I mean, even when Carter Hart was hurt, they found a way to continue to power through. They've got a couple decent guys. I really like Sam Urson, and I know the numbers have just been okay, but like Cal Peterson came in one night and shut out his old team. But Carter Hart, when he's been healthy, he's been next to lights out.
All right. Columbus, what are we still watching there? If there's going to be fireworks anywhere, is it Columbus?
Fireworks? It seemed like somebody poured cold water on those fireworks with all the injuries that they've had of late.
Yeah. Okay.
What fireworks?
Well, just the coach and the GM, and
I mean, it feels to me like Jarmo Kekalainen's a dead man walking, but
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it hasn't happened to this point.
That's why I asked.
Why would you let it continue to drag on?
Okay, brother. Be well. Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
What's blowing your phone up? Is that
I just want we got a little update on Dylan Larkin. I didn't get a chance to watch the clip yet, but just gonna go back to hydrating.
I was gonna say another greasy burger wouldn't hurt.
Get some IV. Get an IV in you.
It would hurt. I mean, yeah.
Depends what. It hurts one thing, it helps another. Whatever.
Yeah. See you guys.
Thanks, Frankie.
There is Frank joining us on our Insider Hotline. We do that, of course, many times a week. We have 3 regulars that join us. What is it? Monday, Frank. Wednesday, Noodles. Friday, Darren Drugger. They all join us on our TELUS Insider Hotline. Big thank you to TELUS for doing that. You can enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games and awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase necessary. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to enter. Your chance to win is over at TELUS.com/Flames contest. A reminder, they've been partners with the Flames since 2005. They've got the TELUS Skater that comes out with the Flames for warm-up. And, of course, title sponsor, the Premium Club at the Dome, the TELUS Club. My guys, Rhett, got to see the TELUS Skater up close and personal. They were doing a high-five tunnel on Saturday.
Ooh.
The fellas going by. So we had the whole team down there for 30 minutes, hooting and hollering. And then when the fellas came out for the national anthem, high fives the whole way. Great 20 seconds.
It's good when they have some afternoon games. Cammie and I talked about it
is.
on Saturday night. It was like, for kids and families and stuff, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot easier to go and do that on a Saturday, Sunday afternoon than on a Tuesday, Wednesday night.
Well, and they finally, I guess it's been a while now, but that Family Day holiday in February, they now do a matinee afternoon game, which is awesome. It's Family Day. There's no school. Everyone's off work. Put an afternoon game in. That makes sense. Some markets, it's like Philly. They do it all the time. But Saturday feels right for night games, but a couple times a year, I love that chance to get young fans to the game. That's great.
Sunday afternoons. Good afternoon for hockey. Although I always hate it. I said to Cammie again, I said, it's great for families and kids. It doesn't always make for the best hockey.
Well, I would think if you're a team like Philly that does it all the time, then you get used to it. You love it. If you're like when you were in Calgary, you've been like twice a year, like, what the hell are we doing? My body clock's upside down.
Hated it. Yeah. Hated it. Loved it when it was over, but hated it getting into it. And there's different times too. Like some teams, they start at noon or 1 o'clock, and some are 3, 5. I think it used to be Chicago on Sunday. It was a 5 o'clock start. It was a weird one. Whatever. Complaining.
Any takeaways from that game? I thought Sharangovich continues to show the tools. For those 10 games he started the year, like he's on the fourth line for a bunch of them, and you're like,
he was all over.
What are we doing? But now it's like he's spent a legit amount of time up top with Mangiapane and Lindholm.
I've liked this game. Yeah, I think it's been very good. The overall game I thought was exactly what I just was talking about. It was an afternoon game where both teams they're fine, but it wasn't anything spectacular. Sharangovich, I like him. Flames overall game, I didn't mind it, but a couple bounces this way, a couple bounces that way. That's the difference.
Where you at on Wolf? You comfy rolling him more regular than Vladar? Or you
don't care. I don't think he's made a statement that you have to keep him in.
Yeah,
but he's been fine.
You had said it after game 82 last year. We were at that game. It was San Jose, meaningless game. They let, I think, was it Coronado debut and Wolf debut as well? And we were sitting right behind Wolf's net in the first. And someone at the top of the circles just buzzed one right over his shoulder. And I think it went crossbar and out or just grazed the crossbar. And you turn to me and you're like, that's the save. If he can make, he's fine. But if he can't, it's not going to happen here. They beat him twice up top Saturday, but it hasn't really been a theme. I mean, we were talking about people saying tips were the secret weapon a few days ago. It is an interesting one to watch because you do have to come out a little further when you're 6 feet, not Dan Vladar's height.
It's just, it's math, it's geometry, it's engineering,
physics.
It's physics and the science.
It's quantum
if you're
physics.
smaller, you don't take as much of the net up. So if he can cover those top corner, and he's done it in every level, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying NHL shooters are a different breed. They're the best of the best.
Exactly. Let's get a Pinder Report in. We do it for Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall and online at villagehonda.com. New in-stock inventory arriving daily and on the ground. You can start your automotive adventures at Village Honda, where new vehicle pricing is MSRP. Also, a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets. And over 400 cars in their dealer group you'll have access to. They're worth the trip. Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall. We start with Saturday's game you just referenced. Cammie and you, Rhett, broke it down Saturday evening.
I don't know there's been many games I've ever watched Rasmus Andersson mail it in, if any. He's a good player. I think he might be there. It's hard to say the most important player, but he's right up there. He's young. He's good. He's good enough to make a difference when he really decides to. I think that's back-to-back games where he's kind of said, I'm going to get involved here and get the team back into it, make some nice plays, play solid all over. Like, he always shows up and competes.
So Rasmus, little tip of the cap from Rhett.
I said that his first camp, he should have made the team. He didn't, and he went down, and I don't think it served him poorly, but he's a guy that every team in the league wants.
100%. And that's he's a guy you have under contract. You've only got him and Uyghur on defense under contract after this year. That is it. And he's kind of a part of the reason they're kind of stuck in the middle. Like him and Kadri and Backlund and Mangiapane and Dubé. Like there's enough guys that are just solid NHLers. Rasmus, I'm stunned he's not on a power play unit right now. And I know they're going to do the best they can to showcase Hanifin, but like Rasmus is not on a power play. This is a guy that won hardest shot in the American League. He's been running your power play for years. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. So I'm with you. Here? The power plays are shit. So I mean, I guess on one hand, it's like, well, try anything, but if you're not trying him, it seems silly.
Yeah, and it's that we talked about it before. It's like with Vladar and Wolf. It's like there is a bit of onus on you to put your players in a good spot to help a trade, but Andersson not at all in the power play. I'm not quite there with.
I think we've been waiting. I mean, we had the first 10 games where they were terrible, right?
Awful, yeah.
And then they kind of came around. They got some youth into the lineup, which has looked real good on them. Mm-hmm. And so they've put a bit of a charge and maybe stalled out on what we thought was a very clear-cut decision-making process, if you get my meaning.
I do.
This week might get you right back into that spot.
It can put you either way, because if you get like 5 out of 6 points over these next 4 nights, 3 games on the road, 3 really good teams, like you can convince yourself this team's good again.
Yep.
But the more likely outcome, Rhett, is like, 0-1 or 2 points. And it's like, yeah, okay.
Well,
It was a hot run of goaltending and shooting relative to the first team.
And then I wonder if before Christmas you actually see something happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think something happened. You're probably talking about a trade, and I just
I am talking about a trade, and I'm not talking about the typical list of players either. Like there's a long list of guys that you feel like you have to move.
Yeah,
I'm referring to a Dubé-ish move where another team's going to go, you know what? We want to take a stab at this kid. He's young enough still. His numbers are like his pay is manageable. We can handle it. We'll give you an asset for him because it looks like he's floundering. And I don't know if you want to give up, but I don't know if his high end, if you see enough high end out of Dylan Dubé to take away that spot for another kid. Do you get my point? Like if
I do. He's played his way to the fourth line. Like they want to see more of Sharangovich. I do too. They want to see more Pospisil. I like what he's brought. Like it's just I don't know where to put him in the top 9, and he's not a fourth liner. And
that's just it. So move him. It's like you got a Walker Dewar sitting there twiddling his thumbs. You might as well have him playing on a fourth line spot.
Well, and you just called up Coronado. That's another body. I don't know how long he stays, if that's just a Pospisil's hurt thing or if it's not at all related to that.
Either way, I'm just saying.
Pelche's back in January. Like I could see it, Rhett. When you said a move, the thing I thought in my head when you started saying not the traditional names was exactly Dubé. Like the only fly in the ointment for me is that 2018 investigation. We don't know what happened, but I just think teams are going to be cautious until the ruling comes down. Imagine if you trade for a guy and then poof, he's suspended. And again, we don't know if he's innocent or guilty or whatever, but that is hanging over that group of players. I don't know it's harder to make a trade.
I don't even know anything about that, so I've never considered that.
All you know is that there could be a suspension and there might not be, but we don't know yet. So I just think teams are going to wait for that before any moves happen. Okay, next item. Here's your standings. Rhett, to your point earlier, next 3 games, we're going to do some learning. You're going to do some learning, get all learned up about what's going on here. Look at, by the way, the Oilers 7 in a row to get back to 500. Holy shit, what an awful start. They were 7 games under. They're back
5 and
like
12.
That is wild, right? Like
that's how you quickly reverse your fortune.
Yeah, just 14 out of 14 points, please. Nashville, Arizona, St. Louis, the 3 teams above them. None of that should be scary to the Oilers. They've got more talent than all those teams, maybe combined. Minnesota still behind the Flames by a rounding error, basically by 0.001 points percentage. But they're humming. They're now 6 of 8 under John Hines, if I'm correct. So nice, or is it 4 of 6? Either way, it's been a nice run. The 2 losses they've had have been hard fought in Vancouver and Edmonton against teams that are pretty decent. So that's what we're looking at. Flames, we'll see. Gauntlet run, this 15-game stretch, Rhett, with most of the teams them playing considered contenders or threats to win their division. Their record back to 500, 4-4. They won 4 of their first 6. Well, that's not true. They won 3 of their first 4, and yeah, they've now lost 3 of their last 4. So here we are with the Avs, Knights, Wild, 3 road games, 4 nights, a lot of travel, and then home to face the 2 Florida teams that are good, Tampa and the Panthers.
Got to play everybody.
Run those goalies through. Let's do it. Come on. Colorado tonight looks like this. They're missing good players, but they're so good it doesn't really seem to matter, right? Nichushkin, McKinnon, Ranton in your top line. Drouin, the old Halifax Moosehead teammate of Nathan McKinnon, reunited with him here this season with Johansson and Tomas Tatar. And Calgary's own Logan O'Connor, who did get some time on the top line over the weekend. He's on the third line with the former Tampa Bay Lightning, Ross Colton, and Miles Wood, the former Devil. They're missing Landeskog, Lettinen, Girard, Francouz. There's some significant talent missing, and they still have a lineup this good.
We haven't even seen their back end.
Let's go to it, because try to squeeze Noah Hannafin in here somewhere. Taves, Makar, Byram, Manson. That's a great
like you look at their forwards, you're like, oh, this is really nice. That's a nice grouping there.
Yes.
And then it's like, wait a minute, this might be their strong point.
Oh wait, that guy on the top right, he's the best defenseman statistically for offensive points since Bobby Orr. That's a good thing to have. Oh, and Taves is sneaky awesome, and Byram's young and can move, and Manson's got some nasty. That's a nice top 4. Wow. Let's go to some fights around hockey. This is the North American Hockey League. This is the league just under the USHL. That second.
The Null. They call it the Null.
You know it all in the Null. This gets heated. Now let's keep our eyes on the coaches here, Rhett, because I know you're a big. He's got a spear in his hand.
I like that move. You're going to protect yourself.
Got a stick in there. I believe this is Amarillo is one of the 2 teams. I have been to the rink in Amarillo.
From San Antonio.
Got a couple off days in Oklahoma City.
You know what's almost humorous though? Like, yes, there's a big brawl here, and this is not ideal.
Yeah.
There's not one fight.
Not that we can see clearly.
Well, there's not really a fight.
Like
it's a melee.
A melee, yeah.
There's a melee, but no one's really said, you know what? My gloves are off, and I'm going to punch you in the face. Which is odd in its own right when you think about it, because not many sports are like that, other than combat sports.
Yes, yeah.
Like it's still, when you stop and think about it, and you go, wait a minute. So in hockey, you can just take your helmet and gloves off and start punching each other?
Yeah, 5 minutes, and then you come back out. You're not done for the year? What do you mean?
Right? Like you do that in any other. Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe if they could fight, they wouldn't do this sort of thing.
I do like the harpoon job with the stick. Can we go right back to the beginning? Keep an eye on the old bald coach here. It looks like he's hunting seals here. Bang, bang.
That can't. Was it actually a coach or was it maybe a trainer or something?
I'm not sure, but it's a man in clothes on the bench with a harpoon. Let's go to our next one. This is men's league, and this takes a while to develop. There's one greasy pile of dirt. That as there's a pile up sort of by the bench, he comes in, lays a 2-hander, and then tries to get off the ice. Let's have a look. So they're all piled up at the one bench. Now you're gonna watch at some point someone's had enough and they want to give the old 2-hand whack. So looks like we're just starting to get separated. And then, nope, now someone's going onto the bench. Back and forth they go. Climb over the boards.
There's a punch.
We're throwing them now. And then we get a big 2-handed whack. And you know what? I'm going to head right for the exit here. Don't you mind me?
Yes!
And then bang, they catch him. It took a while. It's worth the payoff, though.
You know what's nice? His teammates aren't even really trying to help him. So he must be a D.
Yeah, so you get the slash and then race for the gate, just sprinting across the ice to get to the dressing room. Whack. A couple brawls there for the weekend.
I thought I saw a fight somewhere else. Do you have that?
The one that we played like 3 months ago with the dude's head hitting the glass at the end?
No, this was in a casino in Edmonton.
Tomorrow, we'll have it for you.
Right.
Please forward to Jack if you have it. NFL yesterday, Patrick Mahomes, whose team has been getting a lot of calls that are not calls for a long time, went off post-game. And in fact, Rhett, you know what they do after the game. You come in and you hug the other quarterback, the coaches shake hands. Rather than good game or best of luck or, hey, we want to see you in the playoffs, Mahomes is just still whining about a call.
Loudest fucking call I've ever seen, man. Offensive offsides in that moment, man.
Oh, good game, I guess. This isn't going to do well for Mahomes' brand. That's some heavy whining.
Loudest fucking call I've ever seen, man.
And so...
Offensive offsides in that
And you're talking to Allen, who got screwed over in your barn in the playoff. Like
KC's been getting calls forever, and now 2 weeks in a row they have a call against him. This is the fucking play. Look at this. His foot is offside. That's what you're whining about, Pat? Here's a simple way to not get called offside. Don't line up offside. Oh, the refs didn't tell us. Okay, but did you line up offside? You did. For all the calls they've had the last 2 years, like, my gosh, 2 go against you in 2 weeks, and he's, you can't even say good game to the opposing quarterback. This is the little shine coming off Mahomes. I get he's competitive.
I was just going to say, now, if you're a Chiefs fan, all you're thinking is, yeah, you're damn right. My guy's competitive. He doesn't need to be friends with Josh Allen. I'm kind of with him. I'm like, go ahead, be pissed.
Yeah.
I completely forgot to grab this play. Did you guys see this? Like when Kelsey threw it backwards back to Tony and he scored?
Well, this is the play I believe that
This is the play they scored on,
and that's why they're so hot. It would have theoretically had them up by what 4
It would
points.
have been
right?
another
Inside a
Bills
minute and a half?
epic Bills beautiful moment.
Totally. Bills meltdown is why. Yeah. So are you gonna play it or no?
No, I got to grab it, but
yeah, okay, no worries. That is the play. So they're lined up here. It's an incredible lateral from Kelsey to find Tony, who gets into the end zone, and it's like, there it is. The Bills have collapsed with less than 2 minutes left. You're punting the ball to Mahomes, up a field goal with 2 minutes left. There's no way you're going to win. And then they get called for the offside. So that's why he's hot. It isn't like a 3-yard run that he's upset about, but it does sort of have the Jordan vibes for me. Like, we know he's an incredibly competitive guy, but like Jordan would be a dick about it because it just ate him up so much. He couldn't handle, that's part of what drove him. And I wonder if Mahomes has kind of had that aw shucks nice guy vibe about him. This is a bit of a change of tone.
Yeah, because they've always won and had the best team. Like,
and always got the calls.
He's really, really good, and I'm not. Yeah. So when stuff doesn't go your way, you start to go, jeez.
LeBron James's kid might play with LeBron James. Quick here, Rhett. He made his USC debut, I think, on the weekend. Southern California University. Here we are. Spots him out there. Bang. Boom goes the dynamite. 3-pointer for Bronny, who...
Is Bronny his name?
Bronny's his name.
Okay.
Bronny James.
Sure if it was a nickname.
I don't know that. I mean, yeah, some of these guys, the nickname becomes their name. There's a guy in NCAA football. It's going to be a first rounder to the NFL this spring, and he goes by Kool-Aid, but that's his nickname, not in his birth certificate. Kool-Aid McGintrey or something like that. Like, that's a handle.
Now, which Kool-Aid do you like? The purple, the orange?
I just think of the old classic red. If I imagine that jug breaking through a brick wall, right. It's always the red. That's what I'm Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the thought is that LeBron's not going to retire. He wants to have a chance to play with his kid. So I don't know. Jack, is he good enough to go one and done? He had the weird heart issue that he's overcome or whatever. And like, is he a one and done guy, go to the NBA, or is he not that good? I don't know.
He was still projected to be like a late first rounder, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is possible.
He's probably that good then. Why go to college for another year and do amateur athletics?
Schooling. I got in an argument with the mom last night about that.
Oh, good. You want to Cole's notes that one for us?
Yeah. Called her dumbass. And didn't know what she's talking about. Love you, all of you teachers. Love you.
Wednesday, big day for Cavalry FC. We told you they won the regular season in the CPL, which got them into the CONCACAF Champions League. They're in pot 2. They will draw an opponent on Wednesday. Some of these clubs on the left, Rhett, are absolutely monsters. Like Club America in Mexico, I think they play for like 80,000 people in Mexico City. Tigres, Monterrey, Philadelphia, lots of MLS teams. One of those teams is coming to Echo Field of Spruce Meadows in February. I really want it to be like, there's a Costa Rican team in there. There's a Mexican team, like somewhere really hot. I want players that have never felt zero before to have to play.
Oh, we want to have a nice Chinook and a beautiful day out at Atco. Come on.
Yeah, beautiful Chinook and Feb might be -10. Like, I'm telling you, this could be unbelievable. We'll find out Wednesday. We'll have some reaction with a Cavalry guest on Thursday. We'll find out they got a home and away leg. So they'll be going somewhere nice and bringing some people up to some cold-ass weather in Feb. Get your tickets. Don't think they're on sale yet, but soon, very soon. Finally, lots of junk from the weekend. This is the nonsense we love. We start with, remember when Steve Kerr was whining about the music in Phoenix is so loud, and he's the coach of the Golden State Warriors. He's like, it's like a club. I can't concentrate. Like, what? He's the old man shaking his fist at the cloud. There's too much music at the NBA.
I'm with them. You can't talk to your players when they got the music bumping.
There it is. And so they were in Phoenix on the weekend. We'll see how that goes.
You know what? In this building, you can't hear anything because it's like a club. It's like a South Beach club. It's thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music. Thumping techno club music.
That's how they welcome back the Warriors to Phoenix. You gotta love that, eh?
That's good.
That's fun.
It is fun. Smile and laugh a little.
This ever happened to you, Rhett? Because you and the shovel are big campers, hikers, outdoor people. You're a mountaineer.
Is this the bear?
That is a huge bear. Oh my God. I don't like this, Rhett.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
He sounds scared.
No, I don't like this at all. I only watched the first 2 seconds. I don't know how this ends. I'm hoping this is okay. Oof. Stay in there, I guess. Whew. How's the next 10 minutes of your life?
Get
Now
your
you got shit in
cooler out of
pants.
your tent, you dumbass.
Nope. Oh man. Have you had a close run-in with a bear or not? I know.
No, I want to avoid that.
A bunch.
That right there is
That's a
what
grizzly.
I would like to avoid that forever.
Can you freeze frame it, Jack? Because I believe there should be the hump on the back that indicates that's a grizzly. That is not your standard black or brown bear, if I'm correct.
No,
Like
that's
that is a
definitely
big boy right there. Right. Yeah. Yeah. See the hump behind the head there? That's a grizzly. Oh my God.
not good. I don't want to be in that spot.
Nope. Because there's a bear and now you got shit in your pants. And what are we going to do here? How long do you wait in that tent? You're fucked. The shoveler and you were going on a ride. You were traveling. The video finally leaked, but this was a close call. You never told me it was this bad.
Right.
Drop a doom or whatever, right? Shoveler didn't do her seatbelt on, right?
I might have unclipped it.
Oh, yeah, right. It was the same day you got that new insurance policy where.
Oh, that's and not.
That might be worse than the bear. I don't know. Pick one, Rhett.
I feel like in this instance, I don't know.
I might pick
Neither.
the bear.
No, I want this. I feel like it'll be faster. I'm gonna hit my head. It's over.
You do believe you're dead, though. The bear's got you waiting. It is.
Yeah.
That's probably why you pick it, because it's just okay. At least it's over quick.
Yeah.
Oh. This is quite the prank that Rob Ray has pulled in your neighborhood.
He's a
So
funny fella.
he is. So look what he did. He built this like fake man here. That
Think it's gonna work?
look at that. So it's like a robot or something, Rhett. And then he puts them up with the Christmas light. 911 being called.
They probably don't like it.
Yeah, they don't probably aren't laughing as much. That's a hell of a prank, though.
That is
I don't know why that one got
creative.
me. Now, this is just in time for the holidays. I love this. There is a new drink coming out, Rhett, and it's approved for in the US, not in Canada yet, but it claims to cut blood alcohol content in half in 30 minutes.
This is all you have.
So if Frank had one of these after his 5
But this
stop
is all you
ending-
have. It's just some frickin'. There's nothing to it. This is BS.
It could be very well. We got to get Frank to do some research. Next, Rhett, this was more Christmas stuff. You and the shoveler always early to get your tree out, but you got to remember to water that tree. If you don't water your tree, what does it become?
It comes kindling.
Yeah, it's a big fire hazard. So, you're idiot kids and you guys aren't watering it. And now look at this. Like, this is just bad news. Woo! The party, we're lighting sparklers. Oh, no. This is a 20-foot torch now, right?
Well, at least they've lit the fire at the exit, so that's good.
I'm actually kind of impressed. If that gets out a door or a window there, that's some quick thinking, because you're all dead if that tree stays in the room. Oh, man. Yeah. That wasn't a party you were at, Jack, on the weekend. That is the one we got from the shoveler, right?
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Finally, it's the holiday season. It's not just Christmas, though. There's other holidays this time of year, right, Rhett? You know that?
Yes. No, I'm not sure. I've been invited to any other parties, but yeah, of course, there's lots.
So what I think it's Hanukkah is around this time of year, isn't that right?
Uh-huh.
So the Cameo, it's this website where you can spend some money and
love
celebrities
Cameo.
will wish you, happy birthday, Jim, or best of luck on your SATs, Billy, or, go team, go. Someone wanted to have Smokey Robinson, the crooner, the Motown legend, to wish a happy Hanukkah to someone.
Want me to wish you happy Chanukah. I have no idea what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah because they said so. Anyway, God bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah. Have a wonderful time.
That was Smokey.
Happy Chanukah.
High as
I
a
have
kite.
no idea
High as a kite.
what Chanukah is, but happy Chanukah because they said so.
They said so.
Anyway,
Yeah, happy
God
Chanukah.
bless you, babe, and enjoy Chanukah.
It wouldn't be a Pinder Report without what, Rhett? We need one more thing to close it out on a Monday. What do we always have at the end? Something dumb.
Fireworks?
Animal.
What? Oh, yeah, I saw this.
It's not a Pinder Report without kangaroos.
You show me how big he is, you'll lean right back and you use that tail as a spring and he'll come forward and here, well, you can see. No, stop, come on, calm down. I'm going to go down and he'll come down and that is the end of the conflict.
They're kissing at the end. These kangaroos, man, I don't know.
I hate them.
How could they be so hostile and then so docile like moments later?
Hate them.
They're assholes. I'm thankful. I just want to say thanks to all the deer out there because they're afraid of you and this feels like asshole deers with 2 feet. That's what kangaroos are. They're everywhere. They're all around, but deer just leave you alone. Imagine if deer were throwing right hooks at you in your driveway.
Don't need deer attacking me or kangaroos.
That's fair. That's your Pinder Report for a Monday, Rhett. For our good friends at Village Honda, be sure to check them out at the Northwest Auto Mall and online at villagehonda.com. Pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, all budgets, and new in-stock inventory arriving daily where pricing is MSRP. Okay.
70 million. That's all it would take to get that guy. Why couldn't it?
A year.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. For 10 years. So that's 700 million.
It's a nice
So
job.
basically take Connor McDavid's salary for the next half decade and every year you give that to him. So much money.
A lot of dough.
And that's before we do, like any sponsorship, merchandising.
Yeah.
Or in Japan, billboards. Like the dude's worth $1 billion, no sweat.
Oh, easy.
Like it's maybe 2.
Even with those California taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Jack, before I forget, I need a picture or JPEG. Remember when Boomer had his outfit on for Halloween?
The Minion?
Yeah. I need
no, it was Drew Carey dressed up. That's who that was.
Drew Carey. That's right.
I need that. Drew Carey for Halloween.
We need that. Shove
needs that.
Something up her sleeves. So.
Oh, I love this. Okay, don't say anything else. I think I know where you're going. Before Frank rudely interrupted us / showed up on time, we were walking through the top shelf elf auction items. Rhett, we've got till the end of the week. We'll see if we can finagle a couple till Monday, but I think we have to have a bunch of dough to closer to home for Monday. So let's keep rolling through those packages. We showed you the Connie package. We've showed you the McLeod Law wine basket, 4 tickets to the Hitman, 2 at center ice for the Calgary Flames. Let's keep rolling through one by one and see where these bids are at. So this is a legendary one. This might be the experience. You can't go get this. This is sold out. Canada to USA.com. That's our buddy Darcy Hordichuk's company. He's offering 4 passes to the Waste Management Open. That's you and 3 Lugan buddies on the Stadium 16th hole, the rowdiest hole in golf. This thing has gone from like a couple tables to like, well, we'll build one stadium. It is now entirely surrounded the hole, and even the suites are bananas. It is quite something, Rad. Thousands of people sprint at 5 a.m. to get in there for the main bar area, but there are suites that have access all day. That is what we're offering here. This should be going for a huge number.
I've done that, and it is wicked.
Golf could never be this fun. You could not 10 years ago have, or 20 years ago, told someone that golf could be this crazy. ATB's got a couple games with 25 press level tickets available. Do you want to do a staff party? Is it a birthday? Do you want to take your minor hockey team? We did that on Saturday. We had about 19 kids and a bunch of parents all the way up in the press level. It was a blast. Great opportunity to
Good
get kids
team
to
party, good wind-up party.
That's right. And there's 2 games. One is Montreal, which is always an incredible atmosphere at the Dome. Montreal is one of the games of the year, no matter what. And the other one is San Jose. One in March, one in April. ATB Financial providing the tickets for both of those. And 25 tickets. Do the math. These things should be going for some dough here. Well done. So less than $20 a piece still. Come on, people. Let's go. Stampeders game day experience. 4 tickets to the home opener. Field passes. When someone says football big, Rhett, that means something, but only to people that have been up close and personal, like next to a football team. You get sideline passes, field passes. You get to see what football big means, like monstrous humans.
I got on the field in Buffalo here when I was playing, and just being on the field is cool. Like, it's just a whole different vibe.
Right. Yeah. Large humans. You're like, hey, I wonder what a 330-pound, 6'8" man that can sprint 40 meters with a sprinter, what that looks like. Oh,
you'd be like the video you just did where that guy opened the tent flap and there was a grizzly charging. That's one of those big fellows coming down on you, running right through you.
You're also going to get a signed stamp jersey as well. Excuse me.
Can I offer a piece of advice for this stamps one?
Yeah.
If you are on the sideline, like, seriously, be alert. We don't want to see a video of an out of bounds play where you get absolutely creamed, flattened.
I think the move is pregame. You go out there, you watch them warm up, you hang out, and then you stay out of harm's way. You watch the kicker try to ram some in from 60, and then you get, you got a tailgating parking pass as well. You'll be doing that, and then get to your seats, enjoy some beers, stay safe. Barn Burner Experience. This one continues to get more money than it should, Rhett. $700 to watch the show and come with us for lunch.
Thank you very much.
Like I'm sexing up all the other ones, telling you how great they are, and they are great. I don't get this. It's lunch, guys. $700.
Hey, bid it up.
It's for the kids. All right, very good. For our good friends at Close at Home. Calgary FC's got a great experience. Parking passes, tickets for 4 as well. Post-game meet and greet with Tommy Wheeldon Jr. Where are you at, my foot soldiers? Where are you at? They got some flexibility here too, guys. If you want to make that the CONCACAF game, if you want to make it a Saturday in July, we can accommodate some of that. That'll be good. And if you haven't been, you've got to. I'll say the same thing for the Calgary Surge. Those games are phenomenal as well. The CEBL basketball team based in Calgary. They play at a win sport, except Rhett. Their home opener this year, the Dome. Going to be a huge crowd. 4 tickets, 4 Surge jerseys. Great looking jerseys and logo. And they just re-upped their head coach is coming back. They had a great year last year, all the way to the final.
Popcorn, double butter at the Dome.
That move. Also, this also in the cheese. Do you want to? Cheese and the salsa in the cheese. Which one is it?
Well, I think that's only in the sweets, though.
That's true, yeah. These aren't sweet seats. These are better. We'll get you nice and close to the floor here. Vina Nova has his and hers watches, a matching set. This is kind of cool.
There you go.
Keeping time in style. Get your bids and win a his and hers Tissot watch. Thanks to Justin, our good pal at Vina Nova. That's a heck of a move there. Honey, look what I got you for Christmas. And one for me, too. Bonton, this is going for over $1,000. Look at this. Wow. A whole quarter of premium locally grown beef. My goodness. A hind quarter. I said whole quarter.
I saw a picture. Greg sent one out. Looks pretty good.
Do we want that picture up on the show? I'd be happy to show it. I can send that to Jack and we'll get into that later in the week.
How much meat is that?
A lot. Like that's some doomsday amount of meat. You're going to be in great shape. Like you're going to have a bunch of big old barbecues. You're set for.
Like you need a freezer. You need a freezer, Jack.
You need a deep freeze. You do. Yeah, it's going to be unreal. Speaking of large amounts of beef, Cody Snyder's bull busting. They've added days. This event's already sold out. You can't buy tickets to it. It's that popular. Everyone that goes says, yep, I'm renewing next year. There are no seats available. And it is literally one of the events of the summer. It's become one of those bucket list items in Calgary. It's at the Grey Eagle. They get the party before, food and cocktails, the party after. If it rains, you can go inside and watch on the big screen. If it's perfect weather like you get in July, you sit out in the stands and you get closer to the Bulls than you can get at any other event in Calgary. It is wild to see the snot flying. They got that, what do they call it? The shark tank in the middle, Rhett, where they get you in the middle of the pen where the Cowboys are riding the Bulls. And it's like, my goodness, it's those seats are not this, but you can watch the people soiling themselves in the shark tank from your seats. Even better. Almost $1,000 there. That's great stuff. Origin Malting and Brewing, our good pals out in Strathmore. How about this? A private executive tour of the brewery, the malting facility. And how about tasting for $6? That's a good time. Get yourself a ride. That's going to be a blast out in Strathmore. Store wall, organize your garage. This is great stuff. That's a win for you and for everyone else in your family. Reclaim your garage. Lots of hooks as well as baskets, shelving. Essentially, Rhett, it's like the panels with all you can drop stuff into it, move stuff around, rearrange, get everything off the floor in your garage, get it tidy and organized. Store Wall Canada, thank you for that. And that one's already at $600. That's a nice.
Once you have that, you'll realize that how stupid was I not to have this before.
What was I doing before? Why were we doing this wrong? And we haven't announced it yet, but we will have prizes for people wanting to make just cash donations. Maybe you don't have $400, $500, $600 to win one of these things, or you get outbid. That's fine. Do make a donation to help us with our Closer to Home Top Shelf Elf charity. We will have prizes. I know Rhodesy from the Hearing Loss Clinic has dropped off a bunch of prizing. We're talking signed jerseys, memorabilia, things like that. So we'll see when those donations start rolling in midweek. We will tell you what is up for grabs in terms of prizes for those who donate. There it is. And again, McLeod Law, big thank you. Presenting sponsor of the Top Shelf Elf this holiday.
And next time, don't interrupt us, Frank. Come on, we're trying to do some business here.
Frank probably showed up on time.
Yeah.
We were trying to do business. It's on us. It is on us. What's on the menu for DoorDash? That is the question. Well, whether you need, maybe it's air freshener, Rhett, maybe it's toilet paper, maybe it's a plunger, maybe it's food, maybe it's groceries, whatever. DoorDash does it all. It's not just food. And right now, our listeners / viewers, you guys get a deal. First order on DoorDash, download the app, enter the promo code NATION25. You'll get 25% off your first order over $15 and free delivery. You love to see that. NATION25 to get that. DoorDash, dash that for the win. Tonight, what do we got? Well, it's doubleheader on Monday Night Football, Rhett. We don't see this very often. This is a treat. And you get Flames and Avs from Denver.
Oh, what a night to be on the couch.
What a night to be on the couch.
Hopefully
indeed.
you're hungover like Frank and you just chill out.
What if you're just a little less hungover than Frank? That's
better. Just a touch hungover.
Maybe just a little tired. Maybe you can have a little siesta in the third quarter or at halftime, something like that. And then get a little refresh and get fresh for the Flames game. You know, the big Flames win on the road, right? It's a 7:30 start in Colorado tonight for the Flames. Packers at Giants is 6:15. Same time as Titans and Dolphins. I do wish they'd stagger these a little. It is weird to go to halftime at the same time on Monday. What are we doing here, fellas? You usually don't have to tell the NFL these things. This is usually like CFL-y stuff.
They must have something figured out that we don't, but I don't get it.
Yeah. And who knows? They're probably just charging someone $1 billion for this game.
Yeah, you want to do that? Go ahead.
Yeah, fine. $1 billion, it's yours. That is what's on the menu for DoorDash in terms of sporting events. What would you be ordering tonight for this double header on Monday Night Football plus Avs and Flames?
I need a dip of some sort, a spinach dip or a chicken dip, some sort of tortilla dip deal.
Are you a 7-layer dip guy or no?
I can do 7 layers of dip. I love dip. I'm a big dip guy.
You're a dipper.
Any type of scooping and dipping, I'm in.
I love it. And if you do it on DoorDash, you can do it. We're at 25% off on your first order with free delivery with the promo code NATION25. Okay. Couple more things to get to. We haven't talked a ton about tonight's game. We know Colorado's good. We know they're a contender. We know they're also missing some really good players. Arturi Lekkonen's hurt. Landeskog, I don't know when, if ever, they're going to see him back, but that was supposed to be last year at this time he was coming back. Still haven't seen him. That's not ideal.
He did the cartilage replacement.
He did. That's right.
And I looked into that years ago, and it was very new. And it's a cool surgery if it works, but you can't do anything to risk once they do. Like, you can't do anything.
Yeah, so he's staying still for months is what.
Yeah, like it was. Anyway, you hope it turns out for the best for him.
Pavel Francouz has been their backup goalie for a while. He's also been getting hurt as their backup goalie for years and years and years. They've got the guy they claimed off waivers from, I think, Arizona, Prosvetov, and he played really well against the Flames when they met in their prior meeting this season. We'll see if they go back to him or if it's Georgiev in net. Sam Girard is in the player assistance program. He arrived in that Duchesne deal where they got the three-way thing involved, Ottawa, Nashville, and the Avs. Girard's a nice puck-moving defenseman, but he's absent from the team for the time being. Any vibes about this? I'm excited to see Coronado again. He had that one off the seam of the crossbar in the post in, I believe, the third period or the second period last on Saturday. That felt like a chance that could have swung the game in a different direction. And you like to see a guy come back up, A, playing well in the American League, and B, arriving with confidence. I think he's looked the part so far.
It's good. He's going to be good. That's all. Certainly you want to see him and see him have success and get lots of opportunity. I'm curious, is this flu bug working its way through? Are we done with this? Is there going to be last-minute decisions made? Who's the goaltender? And why does the power play stink so badly?
You know what? The power play didn't do anything wrong on Saturday.
Good point.
They didn't get one.
That
might be the move now. Just don't.
Don't need it.
You get tripped. No. That's me. I fell. That is not a trip. Keep it. Ref. Stripes. 5-on-5. Keep it even.
Yep. He didn't mean to do that. It's fine.
That was me. He didn't trip me. I swear. Don't give us a power play. We'll see what it looks like. And Coronado will be back on it. That's one thing we can be assured of. You don't bring that guy up with that shot and not put him.
Set him up. Let him rip.
Position of prominence. So we'll see how that one looks, and we will see who starts in net. I think I did hear it was going to be Vladar, but he wasn't feeling well. Hence Wolf on Saturday.
That was the rumor that I'd heard. At least that was Cammy was peddling that shit to me. I don't know.
I trust that. Yeah, if Cammy's peddling it, it's much closer to fact than bullshit. If it's us, then
then I don't.
The opposite.
So don't treat her the same as you.
No, God, no. Yeah, she and I will be doing Afterburner tonight. Pike and I tomorrow, and then the Boomcat should be back. We are live at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for Thursday's post-game show from the Stage Bar. Betway Bets, Rhett, do you know how you did on your football picks this week? For Betway,
I was 100%, I'm pretty sure.
19 plus, Ontario only. Betway, bet the responsible way. That's the end of their slogan. They haven't yet added do what Rhett does, but they should. And maybe they will. If you want to know what a perfect slate looks like, Rhett's picks are that. Now, do we want to start with Rhett's or do we want to start elsewhere, Jack? Because, well, there it is. Look at that. My
Keep
gosh.
punching, boom.
Keep punching. That, you're making it look easy here. 23-16.
I needed a week. Boom had gotten cocky. And I needed
now
to
you late, very late, you added the Jets.
I did.
And it was like, who in the right mind, A, has confidence in the Jets, and B, was like, no, I need them in. That's one of my hot picks of the week. What the hell had you on the Jets this week?
You know what? The Jets are underappreciated, and when the MILF Hunter is out and about, good things happen.
What are they up to? They got 5 wins on the year now? I don't know.
I always say it. You got to go with your gut sometimes, right?
Yeah, well, your gut's 23-16 this year. It's a pretty good gut. Dallas has been good to you. The Bills finally starting to be good to you. They had a great game against Philly there that they couldn't close out. Now they beat Kansas City in Kansas City. Dallas this week. Jeez. Thursday nighter should be something, Rhett. Nothing like Jimmy Garoppolo against Justin Herbert or Aiden O'Connell and Easton Stick as it's Raiders-Chargers. Oof. Boomer's picks not so good. This is going to separate you two. He had a 1-game edge on you, Rhett. And now you have a 2-game edge on him. Atlanta, Houston, Philly,
You know
what?
Got
to get him out of Prince Albert.
He was distracted by all the scenery up in PA.
All the pickerel. It's going to his head. Got those great Westerns flowing. No wonder he can't pick properly. We had our first push of the season. Yeah. Jack and I both had Minnesota -3, and they won by 3. So technically a 1-1-1 week, which is not bad. But again, am considering revisiting the opposite George theorem. It's a game under 500 the last 6 picks.
Yeah, you don't do Betway to have a push. Come on, you're trying to pull out.
That's what they literally put the money back into your account, right? You push, it's back in there. So it is what it is. I wish it was a win, but it's a push. Baltimore won in overtime. They win by 6, and San Fran annihilated Seattle. Man, there aren't spreads big enough for Seattle or for San Francisco right now. They've just been rolling.
Didn't Minnesota win 3-0?
Yes, it was the lowest scoring game in the history of the NFL. Wow. Tying many others. 3-0. When we thought the 6-0 was bad with the Chargers beating the Patriots a couple of weeks ago, holy shit. I had a buddy at the game. He's like, this is a disgrace. This is horrible. I'm walking out.
That would be bad.
Yeah, you're in Vegas. You want to check out a game 0-0 midway through the fourth quarter. What are we doing?
You know what? That was in Vegas. Yeah, I think my buddy was at that game. It was his first ever NFL game.
Might be his last. If that's what he thinks it looks like.
He was like, I got to get to an NFL game. I want to come to Buffalo. I'm like, nothing worked. So he's like, screw it. I'm going to go to Vegas. Yeah.
So 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Is that when that field goal went, or was it 2 minutes in the fourth quarter? I think it's 2 minutes left. That is a 2-minute warning field goal was the only scoring of the whole game, and it was the visitors. Oh, brutal. Greg Joseph from 36 yards. Attempt is good. There's your scoring summary. See you next week.
And Justin Jefferson went out in the first half.
Yes, and Dobbs got benched.
Dobbs benched.
The Pastronaut is out. They got another former Niners backup.
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins there, and then they have CJ Beathard in Jacksonville. There's all kinds of former Niners guys floating around. Crazy. Okay, Jack's picks. Like Buffalo, good pick there. We pushed you and I both on Minnesota there, and Houston let you and Boom down this week. The Houstons, they were looking good. They lose CJ Stroud in this one.
Yeah.
The prohibitive favorite for rookie of the year.
They couldn't move the ball at all. That Tank Dell must be a big difference for them because they couldn't even get first downs.
Yeah, well, Stroud hurt too. That's big.
He played most of the game though.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I was taken to theater yesterday at 2 p.m. after we had kid hockey at 10:45. So not my best red zone effort of the season.
It happens. It happens.
Need those brownie points. We got lots of Christmas parties coming up. Okay. So there's your Betway reminder. Have some fun. 19 plus, Ontario only. Betway, bet the responsible way. Thursday nighter. Chargers, Raiders. I'm going to do this. Logan O'Connor to score against the Flames. Calgary boy. It's going to pay better than Cale Makar scored against the Flames.
I like that.
Am I crazy? You don't mind that, eh?
I don't mind it.
It's the type of guy that scores against the Flames.
Sharangovich did it against his old team, eh?
That's right. He's been I haven't minded the old Sharangovich of late. We talked about it a little earlier, but there are tools galore there. He's your best shootout weapon. He scored 2 of 3. The other one, the crossbar is still ringing. And you can see on that goal, it looks like he's lost the pass, recovers, and still not a lot of space, makes that move to the backhand. That was tasty. Woo. Hands like you, eh? Except you're a right shot.
Just handling it. Yeah. Love stick handling.
I'm going to see if I can find the Logan O'Connor goal. I'm on Betway right now.
You're punching up the
anytime goal score. No, O'Connor doesn't get a lot of plus 350. All right.
Do
it. Done. Okay. How's kid hockey? Were you Rochester this weekend for a bit?
2 huge wins this weekend. We beat up on a Bishop Kearney, which is an academy school, so they recruit from all across the land. They got some Russian boys over there, some good players, but the meat and potato Sabres who ground them down and took it to them.
Blue collar. You got a goalie? You got a little young Ryan Miller or young Hasek on the team, or what?
Good kids. Let's just say that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that, eh? Very good. Okay, tomorrow, what have we got for you? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is post game,
and it's game day as well,
and game day. So you got a lot tomorrow.
This is a tough Monday, Tuesday, Rhett. I don't know that there's a 2-day segment of the schedule that's going to be harder than this. Denver,
not if you're playing Denver in Vegas back to
And
back.
I keep saying it on the show, and it sounds dumb, but that airport is not close to Denver.
No, it's stupid.
And then you got to fly to Vegas, which isn't close to Denver, and you're playing the two best teams in the West.
And that's take all that out, the travel and all the bullshit. You're playing the two best teams. That's the
right.
Yeah. No bueno.
No bueno. We'll see. If they win, they'll be earning praise tonight on Afterburner. Cammy and myself will be in studio for that one. Jack at the helm. 7:30 puck drop today. Buckle up for your 8 o'clock tomorrow, Rhett. That's going to be a nice 1 a.m. viewing party for you.
I'm not doing it. No.
You're not doing Afterburner. I know that. You get the PVR rolling for that one and get up early on Wednesday morning, maybe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Probably a move. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try. BetterHelp.com/FlamesNation and get on your way to being your best self. Finally, at a time, I think guys can be a little more open talking about mental health, about therapy, about trying to be our best selves, getting help rather than pretending things are just going to fix on their own or not acknowledging that there's some issues out there. Now, the holidays are coming. That means a lot of fun times for many people, but it also means a lot of stress. Are you hosting? Is there in-laws? Is there that drunk uncle that's always pick and fight after 6 glasses of Merlot? There can be stressful times around the holidays as well, not to mention financial stuff. And, you don't want to let people down. You got to get the right gift, all that sort of stuff. And there's all kinds of other things that can be creating issues and stress in your life. BetterHelp is online therapy. What's great about that is it means you don't have to be stuck in traffic crossing town. You don't have to work on someone else's timeline. It's totally flexible. When does it work for you? Set it up for that time. Do it from the comfort of your own space, not somebody else's space. And they're going to get you to fill out a questionnaire, and we'll partner you with a therapist that's got expertise and is a great fit for some of the things you're dealing with. Asking for help can be intimidating. It can be private. Sometimes when you get all past that, now what? So if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Therapy will help you identify challenges and give yourself a game plan. If you see them coming, that might be an issue up there. Let's build some strategies and coping skills to help you become the best version of yourself. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/FlamesNation. If you do it today, you'll get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/FlamesNation. We will see you tomorrow. We will have an Afterburner tonight. Avalanche, Knights, and the Calgary Flames. This will be a challenge. We will learn a lot about this team in the next 48 hours. And then, by the way, they get the Red Hot Wilds for the third game in 4 nights. Fascinating week at hand. Thanks for being with us today, fellas. See you, buddies.